Hello everyone. In this video, I am going to show you how to create a Azure DevOps release pipeline for a .NET 6 Web API project. You will be able to see how to deploy a .NET 6 Web API project to a Azure App Service in the cloud. Also, this same Web API will be deployed to an on-premises application in a server. Let's move to the Releases tab. So you will be able to see that from the left side of the menu. So let's click on the new pipeline button. So in here I am going to publish the Web API project in my solution to Azure App Service. So let's select the release pipeline template as Azure App Service deployment from this list. So when we are creating this release pipeline, we have the ability to separate the release to different environments: dev environment, QA environment, staging, demo and production. So for this one, let's name the first stage or first environment as dev. So this will be the development environment exclusive for the developers. First, we have to select an artifact to initiate this release pipeline, a set of DLLs and HTML pages to copy to a server available in an on-premises environment, or the DLLs will be copied into Azure Cloud. So from here I have moved to the Azure portal and I will try to create a new site to deploy our application. So in the portal, let's click on the home page icon and click on create a resource. So from here, let's select web app from this Azure services list. So from here we have to select a subscription to create the Azure hosted web API application. Okay, after selecting a subscription, so let's create a new resource group, or you can select existing one. So I will create a new resource group as student management. Okay, and you have to provide a name to the web application. I will give as student management. Seems it's available, so I will try with student management 1.1. Okay, so let's select the code as the publish option. From here, for the runtime stack, you have to select .NET 6 as the runtime stack, since our application is built on .NET 6. So for the operating system, let's go with Windows. So you can go for a preferred region to host your application. So I will stick with the central US one. Then after that, you have to create an app service plan, or else you can select the existing one. So I will create a new app service plan. Okay, so here you can define the size for the app service plan. Since we don't want production level features, let's try to stick into a free version with with something like this. This is a free version. It has like 1 gig of memory with shared infrastructure like space and processing power. After adding all these things, I will click on apply, and then I can go to the next deployment section. So under deployment, let's disable the continuous deployment for the application. I want to apply some conditions to start the deployment to this site. If your source code is available in GitHub, you can set this continuous deployment from here. If not, you have to go to the deployment center and set up your continuous deployment from there. at the moment we don't have a requirement to deploy a new version of the application when you push some code changes. So let's untick that, untick the enable button and select the disable one, and let's click on we can proceed that. So I think after this we don't have to go into the monitoring and the tag sections. So because of that I will hit on review plus create. So we do, if you want you can do some more configurations like monitoring for the deployed application. So from here you will be able to see a summary of the configurations of your web application. So I will hit on create. So it will take some time to create the site. You can see the deployment is in progress. So let's wait for some time. Okay, so our student management resource group is created, and also this site is also created. So we can go to the resource, and you will be able to click on this URL and navigate to the website that we have created. It's just an empty website. Okay, so you will be able to see this add an artifact. So I will click on that. So you can see this dialog box to select an artifact. So let's select the project and build pipeline name from here. So you can select the default version for the pipeline build files. So let's stick into the latest. If you want to release the latest build file, you can go with latest, or else you can have a requirement like you want to create a release from only a specific branch, only from QA branch, only from production branch. In that case you can apply that condition here. So I will click on add. So you can see the stage that you have created with the Azure App Service template. You can see one job and one task. So let's click on that. So in the stage parameters you have to provide the Azure subscription information. So you have to provide the same Azure subscription that your the website is belonged. So I have selected my Azure subscription. So in there you have to click on authorize. So it will link your Azure account to the release pipeline. So once you have authorized the subscription information, so you can select the app type as the web app from the available options here. So let's select the app service name. So that would be this one, and let's move into the next state. That's the agent job. So under agent job, so we can give a proper display name for this, and you have the option to select the agent pool from the agent pool drop down here. So let's select the Azure pipeline since we are using Azure DevOps client version. So you have to select operating system your release needs to run and deploy. So I will select Windows 2022 from the list. So next we'll keep these values as default. So next we will move into the artifact downloaded. So you have to select the zip file that's available here. So from inside the drop folder you have the zip file. So now we are in the deploy Azure App Service step. So in there you can provide a display name and select the connection type as Azure Resource Manager from the available options. You will see the Azure subscription has been loaded, and for the app service type and app service name is there, that has been populated from the values we have provided in the previous steps. So let's go to the package or folder and select the zip file from here. So this is the zip file, and OK. Okay, so next think I have to select it again. Okay, so next let's move to the file transform and variable substitution option. In here, if you have a requirement to change the connection string for a different site deployment, you can ask the release pipeline to change it from JSON variable substitution. So let's keep all the other values for default and complete the dev release pipeline like this. So if you want to do some modifications to the connection string, you can provide that JSON file substitution here to denote the app settings.json, and we'll save this one. So if you want to do this deployment to a separate QA server, so you can go to this pipeline and create a new stage from here as QA and select QA app service from the app service name drop down. So I have added the QA stage. So if I go into the details of it, I have selected the app service name as QA, and from here the nothing changed. Here also the QA app service name is selected. So let's assume you want to deploy your application to an on-prem server instead of deploying it to a cloud resource or app service. So you can create a new stage. Let's create a new stage as demo and add some tasks to deploy an IIS website. So I have selected the artifact and click on add. So we'll go with the empty job and provide the stage name as demo. Okay, so here we have the stage name, and let's add the task. So I want to add some IIS related task. First of all, I will add IIS web app manage and then IIS web app deploy. Okay, so if we go to manage IIS website, what you have to do is under here you have to provide a name for the task, and here for the configuration type, let's select the IIS web application. Under IIS application, you have to provide a parent website name. By default, IIS has a default website, so I will provide that name, parent website. Then I have to provide a virtual path that's available. I will add that as student management, and then the physical path in that on-prem server. So that I will assume we have student management folder in the E drive. So let's keep all the other things as default, and I will move to deploy IIS website. So here you have to provide the website name, the same website name we have provided here, default website, and the virtual application here. And for the package or folder, you have to select the zip file. In here all the other stuff is like the things that will make will keep them as default. In here you can do the file transform and variable substitution option as well. So these are the three stages that we have. So if you want to do this variable substitution, you have to go into variables here. So if let's assume if you want to replace your connection string value when releasing to the new site, so here first of all you have to provide the setting name. The setting name should be connection string, default connection string. So you can provide a value here. So I will provide some value here, and you can set the scope to all the releases, or else you can select this the value, the connection string value for the dev should be this, for the QA should be this, likewise. So I have set 3 different values for QA, and this one for dev and this one for demo, with different database names. Okay, so I will click on save here. So we have done all this configuration to deploy a site to Azure cloud environment as well as to a server location in on-premises server. So I will move here and I will hit on create release button. You can select a stage to start the deployment. So I will first go with dev and QA and click on create here. So you can see release 1 has been created. So let's try to move into the release logs here, and it seems it hasn't started yet. So I will refresh the page to check the release progress. It's still connecting. So you can see the release logs like this. Once the release is successfully ran and deployed into the Azure App Service, you can move into the Azure App Service from here. So that would be, so from the Azure portal I will move into the Azure App Service. So this is a web API, so we have the web API endpoint. So I will check whether this works. Yeah, it so we have successfully deployed the .NET 6 Web API project to Azure Cloud, and you have seen how it can be done in an on-premises server as well. Thanks for watching. Cheers.